Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back. So today we're going to try and replicate what we did last week at Hollywood Studios. Today at Disney's Magic Kingdom, I have a Disney Genie Plus and I bought an Individula Lightning Lane. So it is almost noon right now. My first return time is at noon for Pirates of the Caribbean. Then I have one following at 1 o'clock at Peter Pan's Flight. And then my Individula Lightning Lane is also at 1:40 to 2:40 for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. As soon as we get across the lagoon, we're gonna go straight into the park, go on our first attraction. As soon as I use that first one, I'll be able to book another one. And then we're gonna continue through the day, just seeing how the experience works here at the Magic Kingdom and to see if we have the same really good experience that we had over at Hollywood Studios. So come along with me.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the greatest show on earth.
Just entered the Magic Kingdom and it is now 12:17. Our first Genie Plus started at 12:10 at Pirates of the Caribbean. So we're gonna walk straight down Main Street, go straight to Adventureland, and then go straight to Pirates of the Caribbean.
Give him a broadside. Hold him, Dad.
All right, it is now 12:50. So it was interesting because the wait to get on Pirates was only 5 minutes long, but the boat ride itself took almost 15 minutes because all the boats are backed up, and so we were back to back to back. By the time I get over to Peter Pan, it's gonna be time for my Peter Pan. While I was in line for Pirates, I was able to make my next Genie Plus. So I made one for Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. That one's at 3:10. So again, now I have Peter Pan, and I've got my Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and then right after that, I maybe have time to squeak in some food, and then I've got my Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Once again, seems to be going pretty smooth. We'll talk about the crowds here in a little while because it's a little busier this time than it was at Hollywood Studios. In line for Peter Pan, mobile order while I was standing here for macaroni and cheese tater tots from the Friar's Nook. So that's gonna be lunch today. So as soon as I get off here, I'll run over there, grab my mobile order, and then it'll just be a few minutes before our next ride, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which is my individually purchased Lightning Lane. Peter Pan, again, took 10 minutes from entering the line until off the ride. The wait time on the board said 60 minutes. I don't know how true that really is, but still 10 minutes, can't argue with that. I'm waiting on my food from Friar's Nook, and then I took the time to also make my next Lightning Lane. So I made Haunted Mansion just because everything else was either conflicted with my existing times or was way out in the future. So if you're keeping a score at home, this is where we are. We've done Pirates of the Caribbean, we've done Peter Pan, we're waiting on some food. As soon as that's over, I've got my Individula Lightning Lane for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and then I've got 2 more Lightning Lanes, Haunted Mansion for 2:25, and then Big Thunder Mountain at 3:10. So once again, it takes some time and it takes some managing. But for one person, at least, it's pretty easy to manage because I don't have to check with anybody else or make sure that what I'm thinking lines up with the rest of the group. For a larger group, I'm sure it takes a little more time and a little more patience. But so far, so good. So let's go grab some food. This is the mac and cheese tater tots. Basically mac and cheese covered with tater tots. The bacon, sour cream, and chives. Those are tasty. So halfway through that mac and cheese tater tot, I'll just say that may be one of my new favorite snacks here at Disney. Yeah, that's really good. Friar's Nook, good job. So I was thinking a little more about how this would operate if you had multiple people. I will tell you this though, just from seeing what it takes to manage this, you are gonna have to elect a leader in your group. And that person's gonna have to be the most decisive person in the group. Because one of two things is gonna have to happen. One person is gonna have to make all the decisions for the group, And that person can't be wishy-washy. That person is gonna have to get a suggestion or decide for the group, because you can't have a group that's indecisive and make this work, because you have to be reactive, you have to be proactive, and you have to be managing this process throughout the day. So again, it's either gonna take one person with the authority or the ability to make decisions for the whole group, or a person who can, say, poll the group quickly and then make a decision and then go. Because again, this is a process, and you either have to have sort of a plan, but even if you have a plan, you know, you're subject to rides breaking down or crowds flexing in one area versus another where you may or may not have expected it. Say you're a group of 4 and everybody's got an opinion, it's gonna be really tough. That's gonna have to be the conversation before you come to the park. Whoever the leader in the group is, I'm the leader, we'll discuss it. But once the decision is made, once a consensus is reached, we're doing it. No, you can't get upset and go off the deep end, because it's an all or nothing situation. Decided to come over and just sit around innocently and do nothing, but just sit and do nothing but people watch. So I don't know whose cupcake that is, but yeah, I got a cupcake. It's a cupcake. What do you want? Don't worry. The new Coco scene was cute in the Philharmonic. It's now 2:37. Our time for Haunted Mansion was 2:25. I'm gonna jump in line here. Once we hit the second scan point, I'll book another Genie Plus. I feel like I'm just a broken record, but Haunted Mansion, sort of same experience. Pretty much walk on through the ride. I mean, you know, Haunted Mansion takes a little longer because you have pre-show, but for the most part, walk on. So I am back over here at Big Thunder Mountain, about to get on for my Genie Plus. So normally I would try and book one for Splash Mountain too, and they are available, but unfortunately Splash is down. It's been down all day. There's really not that much left that I want to try and get done today, but I thought, you know, just for the sake of it, I'm still gonna go over and hit the rides in Tomorrowland, so I thought I would try and find something on the way. So there is a 4 o'clock Little Mermaid, so I'll have an hour from now to get over there, and then I'm gonna hit up the rides in Tomorrowland. Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor is back open. Gonna do that, and then we're gonna look and see what the line is like for Space Mountain. Space Mountain is another one of the individual lightning lanes. I'm not gonna spend the money on it today because, quite frankly, Space Mountain's not really one of my favorites. I don't really even enjoy it. But if it's less than, like, say 20 minutes, I'll probably jump on a ride just to try and complete as much as I can today. So it is now 4:25 and just off Little Mermaid. While I was in line for Little Mermaid, I needed another one for Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. There's really not much else that I need to make reservations for. We'll run over and we'll do Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, look at Space Mountain, and then probably gonna head on out Having only been at the park about 4.5 hours, we've done pretty well for ourselves. But we'll talk about all that when we get done.
I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you?
Welcome to the lab floor! Hello, humans! Very good!
Hi, how you doing? My name's Marty. What's your name?
Harrison.
Hi, Harrison. Harrison, help me out with some jokes. I got one that's sent in from Scott in Orlando. Scott wants to know, what time does a duck wake up? You know what time? It's at the quack of dawn.
I put my feet up and we just sing along, and I can't help but feeling just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. 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 I watch you as you sleep. You don't know I'm looking. With you everything's complete. Do you know how
All right, so here we
much I
are on
love
the
you?
long trek back to the car from the transportation to Ticket Center. Wanted to take a moment while we're walking to talk about my thoughts on Disney Genie Plus and Lightning Lane again here at Magic Kingdom. So we got here at noon today. It's just a little after 6 right now. So I've been here about 6 hours. So let me just get it out of the way. Was it a success? Yay or nay? Yes, absolutely. I mean, for all intents and purposes, you can say I did not wait in a line today. I was able to manage my Genie Plus reservations all day long, where I just got one right after the other, right after the other, right after the other. So this only works if you are okay with traversing the park. If you don't want to have to put in the mileage, then this may not work out as well as it works out for me. I was making reservations based on what attraction was available next, regardless of its proximity to my current location. At first, I was very skeptical as to Genie Plus and what I thought of it, but I think that I'm starting to turn a corner with it. So these are the attractions that I was able to experience today using my Disney Genie Plus. I did Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, Mickey's PhilharMagic, Peter Pan's Flight, Pirates of the Caribbean, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid. I got to see the Mickey Cavalcade. I had some mac and cheese tater tots at Friar's Nook. So all in all, a lot accomplished in 6 hours. The only line that I stood in today that was not a Genie Plus was Mickey's PhilharMagic. Also, Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor was also, I did not use Genie Plus for that, and that was a walk-on also. Again, I'm finding myself pleasantly surprised that Disney Genie Plus and in the Individula Lightning Lane can make a tremendous amount of difference in your day if you work the program. If you have any questions for me, please put them down in the comments. I'd be glad to answer those for you. You can also reach us, Jennifer and I, at lostinawonderland407@gmail.com. Feel free to send us an email. If there's some advice that you can use on planning your trip, I'd be glad to help out if I can. Guys, thank you as always for coming along with us. If never lost, then never found. So go get lost.